Once upon a time, there was a young girl named Emma who lived in a small town surrounded by fields and forests. Ever since she could remember, she had loved stories, stories of brave adventurers, magical creatures, and faraway lands. She would spend hours reading books, imagining herself as the hero of her own tales. One afternoon, Emma sat under the big oak tree in her backyard with a notebook in her lap, scribbling her own story. It was about a young girl who traveled to a secret world hidden deep in the forest. Emma dreamed of becoming a writer one day. But there was one problem. Her family didn't think it was a practical dream. You need to focus on real things. Emma, her mother would say, maybe you should think about becoming a teacher or a doctor. Emma nodded, but deep down, she couldn't shake the feeling that writing was what she was meant to do. As she got older, she continued writing in secret, but the world around her seemed to push her toward a more sensible career. When it was time to apply for college, Emma chose a degree in business, thinking it was the responsible choice. Writing, though, stayed in the back of her mind. Years passed, and Emma found herself working in an office job she didn't love. It paid the bills, but every day felt the same. On weekends, she would escape into the world of books, always wondering what it would be like to see her own stories in print. One day, while on a lunch break, Emma walked into a small bookstore and spotted a book that immediately caught her eye. The cover was simple, but the title, Chasing Dreams, spoke to her. She picked up the book and started reading. As she flipped through the pages, she realized that the author had once been just like her, someone who had dreamed of writing, but had to fight through doubts and fear to make it happen. Inspired, Emma decided she couldn't wait any longer. She sat down that night and wrote her first short story. It wasn't perfect, but it was hers. Emma felt a surge of excitement as the words flowed from her pen. For the first time in years, she felt alive with purpose. She made a promise to herself. No matter how busy life got, she would write every day. After months of writing, revising, and learning about the publishing world, Emma submitted one of her stories to a magazine. To her surprise, they accepted it. Her first published piece was small, but it was a start. Years later, Emma published her first book. It wasn't an instant bestseller, but it didn't matter. She had finally made her dream come true. Emma knew that following her heart, even when it wasn't the practical choice, had been worth it. And so, Emma kept writing, and with each new story, she felt more and more at home in the world she had created for herself. Moral of the story: it's never too late to follow your dreams, even if the world around you doesn't understand them. With patience, perseverance, and a little courage, anything is possible.